back! So it's been nearly 3 weeks since I've been able to be here with you, but you have been on my mind. Today we're going to speak about the lion in you. And I'll tell you, I've had quite the experience in Africa. So picture this. For any of you who know me, know I am not a light traveler anyway. So I've never been to Africa. All I think of is mosquitoes, and it's going to be really hot, and I'm going to be really sweaty, and whatever, and I don't even sweat. But at any rate, so we go to REI and we get a whole half of a suitcase full of face nets, tying right here. We got sprays, we have sunscreen, we have all these things. We take like no clothes that would, be warm, because of course it says it's 88 there. I mean, really thin tops and stuff like that. So we get on the plane, and 33 hours later, like a flash, we get to Johannesburg, Africa. Well, first we stopped in Dubai, and then we went to Johannesburg, and we spent the night there, and the next morning they picked us up and took us straight out to the reserve. And because we're doing the safari first, and the safari is really something I could probably speak on for an hour or more. But I want to tell you that it was quite phenomenal. It was really life-changing. Now, I've seen these animals in the zoo. It's nothing like seeing them in the zoo. It is really, really different. It is so magical seeing them in their natural habitat. It is so powerful to see how they work together, and they live in community in ways that most people don't. It's really quite phenomenal to see how, there were literally hundreds of species of animals. I didn't know the name of so many of the animals that our guides were telling us about. And it was really awesome because the people, well, I'll talk about the people in a minute. So let's just talk about the animals. Some of you have seen that I've posted videos of the elephants, and that I was like 18 inches from one, came right up to our Jeep, and I could see the hair right on his trunk, and I could like smell them. You learned after a few days what animals were where by the smell that you could smell when you were going through there. At any rate, it was really very, very powerful, very heartwarming, and I felt so connected to nature and to the animals in a way unlike I've ever felt before. That was just, a part of the whole thing. And I have more pictures to post. It's just been kind of a wild ride here. So then we left there and we went down to, we went back to Johannesburg, where I spoke to about 1,500 people at something called Tycoons of Wealth. And that was an amazing experience. There were people from, 40, 50 countries there. It was just something like I've never experienced before. And the people were so kind, and they were so loving. We were treated like royalty everywhere we went. It was something, again, that I had never experienced before. And I was on stage with Randy Zuckerberg. Yes, that would be, what's his name, Zuckerberg, the guy that does Facebook? His sister. And because she used to be the marketing, and now she's doing her own thing working with women, but she was on stage. And somebody by the name of Wade Van, I am not so good with names. At any rate, this guy is the fastest sprinter in South Africa. He was really, really an awesome kid and had great wisdom to share with the people about what focus and goals and all of that really meant to him. Also was speaking there was the grandson of Mandela, Nelson Mandela. That was so touching. That family is quite amazing. So we had really a beautiful experience and met many, many, many people from literally all over the world, really desiring to open their hearts, and the people were in such receivership. They were so hungry for what it was that we had to say, so appreciative of everything that was gone, and spoke about something called extraordinary wealth. Now that talk has been posted on my timeline. It's one that Raphael did with his phone. So our professional version will be coming in probably about 2 months, and I'll post that when it's up. But I invite you to go listen to that. It's just 10 minutes, and I spoke about the 3 predictable stages of success or change, and I spoke about some things that were very, very powerful. I think that you will get a lot out of it. And those of you who have watched it, you've told me how great it was. So what I learned here is that there is something that's very universal. We all have a power in us. We all do have a lion in us. And that lion is the yearning and the desire for love. It was so clear to me that what every person wants, no matter what country they were from, what I noticed was they were completely committed to opening their hearts and really allowing the love in and really giving the love. It was something that just hit me really hard, because I just hadn't been in the experience of so many different people from so many different places. And interestingly, almost all of them spoke English either as a first or a second language. And so that made it really good, because I didn't need an interpreter when I was on stage. And it was very, very fun to have the enthusiasm and the passion of the people there. It was just, I know I just keep saying the same thing over again, but it was quite phenomenal. After we did the talk, which was received very well, and I was so appreciative of that, we actually did a tour of Johannesburg. This was probably the most difficult thing about the whole trip. And that was because we went to the museum that told about the history of Africa. It's a really intense story. And all of the absolute violence and the slavery and all of these things. In fact, when we went in the museum, to show us what it was like, the tickets, I had one that said white and Raphael said non-white. They had to go in separate entrances. They weren't even allowed to go to the same place. It was really amazing. And there were so many video clips and things like that of little children being killed and all of this kind of stuff. And the fight to get out of the slavery was just amazing. And all of Mandela's work that he did. I didn't realize he was in jail for 27 years and then came out and was president for 4 years. And he didn't want to do any more than that. And then after that, we went to his house, to Nelson Mandela's house. It was like 500 square feet. And that's where he went when he became president, where he went back to his original house after he'd been in jail. And because he didn't want the glory and all that kind of stuff. But what happened is, so many people were trying to kill him that they showed us the bullet holes in the side of the house where they broke through the glass, and he had to put up a whole special wall and all these things. I mean, he lived a really horrific life as far as needing to hide and fighting for his life, but he was so committed. And what I really got was he had a true lion in him. He was so focused, so unwavering. Nothing and no one would get in the way of his passion. So how about you? What's your passion? Do you have that unwavering in you? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? That's what I was asking myself. It's like, what a wimp sometimes I feel like I am. I have nothing. My worst day is somebody's wildest dream. And I'll tell you what, your worst day is somebody's wildest dream as well. Because when you see how some of the people in the other parts of the world live, let me tell you, we are in nirvana on a continuous basis. It's really quite profound. So I want to let you know that the universal thing that I found was that everybody wanted to be loved and everybody wants to feel lovable. Everybody wants the connection. We gave away these bracelets over there, which I gave away. I always wear them. Oh no, I still have one on today. We gave away these bracelets that say, I believe in you. And the other side says, I am a yes. And we gave these to so many of the people that took care of us in the hotel, the people that were our drivers. I mean, we had a butler, we had a private guide and a private tracker, and all of these people that just were so phenomenal. And we gave these to people in the airport and everywhere. And you know what was really exciting? Some people literally, and several people said, oh my God, you have made my day. No, you've made my life. Some people got tears in their eyes when they were given the love so unconditionally. Their entire lives changed. It showed me how absolutely desirous we all are everywhere in the world to be loved and to know that we are lovable. So my invitation to you today is go out and see how much more powerfully today, tomorrow, and the next day you can be to help change other people's lives with the grace of love. And so I invite you and I recommend that you go to my timeline and watch that 10-minute video that I have there. It's very powerful. There's so much wisdom and so much power in it for you that you'll enjoy it, and share it with your friends. Please share it with your friends. The last thing I want to leave you with today is the question, what if I totally accepted that everyone, no matter how they were acting or what they were doing, in their core, totally and completely desired love? And what if you were the one that gave it to them? Until Wednesday, the next time when we speak, feel a hug. I'm so happy to be back with you. Share this with your friends and post some comments, because I really like seeing your comments. Let's talk soon.